It was supposed to be a calm and relaxing weekend, a short escape for me, my wife, and our kids. We had checked into a nice resort hotel, the kind of place with soft lighting in the lobby, that faint scent of chlorine drifting in from the pool, and a promise of peace that a family like ours really needed. We got our room keys, found our suite, and felt like maybe this time everything would be smooth. We unpacked, tucked our kids into their little beds, and reminded them in hushed voices, "Remember, we're in a hotel, there are other people staying here, so we have to be quiet." They nodded with sleepy little smiles, already too tired to argue. But the family above us, not so much. At first it was just a few footsteps. Then it was stomping. Then it was chairs dragging, doors slamming, thuds, bangs, and an unrelenting rumble that honestly made me wonder if there was a herd of buffalo in the room above us. I tried to laugh it off. Must be a big family, I thought, but as the minutes stretched into hours, it became clear that these people had no intention of letting anyone in the building sleep. My wife tossed and turned, her face twisted in frustration. Every time another crash came from above, I could feel her body tense beside me. She whispered, "How can they be so loud? Don't they realize people are trying to sleep?" I put an arm around her and tried to calm her down, but inside I was boiling. I can sleep through almost anything, but seeing her angry, watching her lose the rest she deserved, made my own blood pressure rise. The old saying is true: unhappy wife, unhappy life. And that night, our life was not happy. Eventually, maybe sometime past midnight, the noise dulled a little. My kids were already asleep out of sheer exhaustion. My wife finally drifted off. I closed my eyes and let my body shut down. But here's my curse, or my superpower, depending on how you see it. I don't need much sleep. 4 hours is enough, and my internal clock always wakes me at 5 in the morning, no alarm necessary. So when my eyes snapped open at 5 a.m. sharp, I lay there in the dim hotel room, the curtains letting in just a faint glow of dawn. My wife and kids were still asleep, the world was still quiet. And then the thought hit me like a spark: revenge. Sweet, harmless, perfectly timed revenge. I slid out of bed, tiptoed past my sleeping family, and left the room. The hallway was hushed, carpet muffling every step. The elevator chimed softly as I rode it down, the kind of sound that feels impossibly loud when everything else is silent. In the lobby core, I found it, the old house phone mounted on the wall. The kind you just pick up and dial with a room number. My heart started to race with mischief. I dialed the number of the room directly above ours. 6. Then the room digits. It rang. 1 ring. 2 rings. 5 or 6. No answer. I hung up, smirking but also feeling that little tug of guilt. Maybe I should just let it go, I thought. Maybe I should be the bigger person. But then another thought replaced it immediately. I'm not getting laid today because of these clowns. And just like that, I said to myself, screw it. I dialed again. This time, after 3 or 4 rings, I heard it. A groggy, half-dead voice on the other end. A woman croaked into the phone, "Hello." In my most cheerful, energetic, chipper voice, I sang into the receiver. Good morning. This is the front desk with your wake-up call. Are you awake? I could practically hear her brain trying to work through the fog. Ah. Wah. Before she could piece together a thought, I pressed on. Wonderful. I just wanted to let you know that today we're running a special promotion. As a thank you for staying with us, your family has been selected for free admission to the breakfast buffet and water park. That's right. Breakfast for the whole family and water park passes completely free of charge. However, it is first come, first served. You and your guests need to claim your award at the front desk within the next 30 minutes. There was silence, the kind of silence where you know the other person is too tired to argue, too confused to question, and just awake enough to believe. I smiled, thanked her warmly, and hung up. Now the real fun began. I walked over to a couch in the lobby, grabbed myself a cup of coffee from the self-serve station, and settled in with the patience of a fisherman waiting for a bite. 20 minutes later, there they were. The Buffalo family. They emerged from the elevator like a sleepy parade, hair sticking up in every direction, kids whining and rubbing their eyes, parents looking as if they'd been dragged out of bed against their will. Pajamas, half-buttoned shirts, flip-flops, the whole picture of disheveled exhaustion. And yet, in their eyes, I swear I saw it, the faint glimmer of hope. The thought of free breakfast. The idea of something exciting to make their morning better. They shuffled to the front desk, the mom leading the pack like a general with troops. She leaned over the counter and demanded, "We're here for the breakfast and water park passes." The clerk blinked in confusion. "I'm sorry, ma'am. What passes?" "The free ones. You called our room. You said we had to come down in the next 30 minutes to claim them." The poor front desk staff looked utterly lost. "Ma'am, we don't have any promotions like that running right now. Nobody from here called your room." What followed was 5 straight minutes of confusion and rising tempers. The mom insisted. The clerk denied. The kids started asking, "Where's the water park? Where's the food?" The dad rubbed his face, muttering something about calling corporate. Finally, it began to dawn on them. Their shoulders sagged, their voices dropped, and the reality hit like a ton of bricks. They'd been pranked. They sulked. One by one, they turned back toward the elevator, dragging their feet, the dream of free waffles and water slides slipping away. I took another slow sip of coffee, leaned back in my chair, and savored the moment. Sweet, quiet, perfect revenge. My wife would never know, my kids would never know, but I knew, and it was enough. Unhappy wife, unhappy life. But after that morning, I think I earned myself at least one happy wife, and a story that still makes me smile every time I think about it.